What's going on, all my PokePeeps? It's your boy PokePeep. It's been a while since we've gone over some collection buys. It's been a while since I posted anything. Got really busy for a while there, but we're back at it. We have a little bit more free time. And this past weekend, I spent $10,000 buying out some Pokemon collections. So, wanted to go ahead and make a video, show you guys what I picked up, show you guys some new stuff, and just kind of go over some other Pokemon related life updates that I have, because we have a lot of stuff to kind of talk about. We're just going to jump right into it. We're going to start showing you guys what I picked up today. Some cool stuff for sure. Some different stuff you don't see every day. And some stuff you do see every day. Some alt arts, some junk cards too. Some Korean bulk. We picked up a whole bunch of Korean bulk. So that was a thing. But yeah, so over the course of the past week, I've been buying out collections. These are probably some of the better things. I'm going to show you guys the better stuff first. There's just so much to go through. And while we're showing off some of the other stuff, we'll just kind of talk about some life updates in the Pokemon scene. So first and foremost, we got a Shining Charizard, a first edition Shining Charizard. Haven't decided if we're going to grade this or just sell it raw yet. It's pretty minty. Truthfully, I think this probably would get a PSA 7. So yeah, this is just a card you don't see every single day. A raw Shining Charizard, first edition. I mean, I had to grab this. When I saw that, I had to grab it. And Charizard's cool, Charizard sells, Charizard's awesome, and Shadowless Charizards are super cool too. Holo is really nice on this one. Unfortunately, this Shadowless Charizard is a little bit beat up on the back, but this is an absolutely beautiful binder copy. The front is flawless. Super nice holo pattern, super nice sparkle. But then over here on the back, might have to take it out. I'm hoping I don't, because I don't want to repackage it. Right there, you guys can see it's got a little bit of a water wrinkle. Definitely, on the played side. Thankfully, that doesn't poke through to the front, so still a dope binder copy for sure. And while we're picking up Charizards, I mean, this isn't going to be the last Charizard you see, I promise. We've got a lot of Charizards today. But, OG base set boy, always got to pick those up too, because why not? We love Charizards. We got big Charizards. Hopefully I can grab my hands on a first edition sometime soon here when I buy out these collections. I would love to see a collection that just has random first ed Charizard in there. We also picked up some pretty decent slabs. We got the Magikarp and Wailord PSA 10 alternate art. We've got the Latios and Latias. This card is going crazy right now. We've got this in a PSA 9. We also got it in a PSA 10, because why not, right? If somebody's got both, we're going to take both. We got a Greens Exploration Tag Team All-Stars. This is a PSA 9, super minty. Beautiful card, exclusive to Japanese. We got a Lily Full Art. This is the small Lily. We actually did have a big Lily too, but we sold that already. Picked up a small Lily PSA 10. We got a Van Gogh Pikachu for all the modern fans out there. We got another PSA 10 on that bad boy. There's just so much stuff here, it is hard to find space. Then we get into some mid-tier stuff, some lower end slabs, but these are all the slabs I picked up, so I just wanted to show them all at once. We got a PSA 10 Hidden Fates Mewtwo. That's a cool card. It's cheaper, but it's cool. PSA 10 Charizard VMAX from Darkness Ablaze. PSA 10 Baby Shiny Charmander. What's a Charmander without a Charmeleon, though? So we got the set there. We've got a PSA 10 V-Star Universe Palkia V-Star, which is pretty cool one for sure. Tag Team All-Stars again. This is from Sky Legend, actually. This is from Hidden Fates in Japanese. The Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. This is a really nice artwork. I've never actually looked at this artwork up front and super closely, because I love the promo so much, the stained glass. So whenever I see this card, it's not I don't look at it as much, but it's a beautiful card. Super cool. Picked that up in a PSA 10. We got the Greninja Zoroark alternate art from Unbroken Bonds in a PSA 10. Super cool card. We got a random Dodu. I'm going to talk about this card in a second, because this card was an experience. We got a PSA 10 Marnie Full Art, a PSA 10 Rainbow Solgaleo and Lunala from Cosmic Eclipse. Super cool one. And we've also got ourselves a CGC, what is now a Gem Mint 10 Glaceon VMAX. Haven't decided what we're going to do with this guy yet. Probably just going to send it back to CGC to get the new label 10, but we'll see. You never know what you're going to do. I'm going to try to get these over here out of the way. Spot right here. I've got so much stuff in here, guys. It's kind of crazy the amount of stuff I have right now. There's a reason for that, though. There's a reason we have so much stuff right now. So we got this Dojo. This was in a collection. Some dude sold us his collection. This is where I bought all that Korean bulk. But there were some hits in the Korean bulk. We did all right on that lot overall. There was some cool stuff. You guys will see some cool stuff. But he threw in one of his mystery slabs. I guess the dude makes mystery slabs. And this Beckett 9 first edition German Dodu was the mystery slab that we pulled. Pretty interesting card. Like, the other languages are cool. When they're first edition like this, they definitely still retain value, which is pretty cool. I have a German first edition Charmander, and that thing's like $90. So as a 10. So it's definitely like kind of cool to see it, and like, I don't know, it was just interesting. It was an interesting little pull. So we always appreciate it when people throw random stuff our way when we're buying out collections. But yeah, we opened that up in a Starbucks somewhere in Raleigh. Me and AJ, I don't know if he posted a video about it or not, Grim Horizon TV, but me and him drove out to Raleigh to buy out massive collections this week. And we got some cool stuff. You guys are about to see some of the cool stuff we got. We're going to go through kind of quick. So I've been driving around the state a little bit, buying out collections, buying out Sandacondas. As you guys know, I'm still on my Sandaconda buyout. I think we're up to like 400 something. I got a binder in the works. That'll be a cool update when that comes in. I'm working on a lot of stuff right now. But so we just kind of like drove all the way around like North Carolina to just buy out some cool collections. Call of Legends Hollow Groudon. And you know, like we always pick up some cool stuff. We got some Shadowless base set here that was in a collection. And the reason that I've been driving around and buying out people's collections, and the reason that I have so much inventory, whether it's big inventory, small inventory, this inventory, that inventory, is because it is confirmed I officially have a table at Kansas City COLLECTACON. It's going to be June 19th. I will be going there with a couple buddies, couple local buddies, and we're going to COLLECTACON, guys. I'm going to be setting up as a vendor. It'll be my first time setting up by myself as a vendor at COLLECTACON. I did it with a store last year, had a blast, knew I had to do it again because it's a lot of fun doing it, and you meet a lot of cool people doing it. So the game plan is actually going to be to set up at every single COLLECTACON from Kansas City all the way till the end in Chicago. So that's like one of my big Pokemon life updates here. It should be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for it. So right now, the only ones that I have like fully confirmed are Kansas City and Dallas. Obviously, you know we're going to do Charlotte. We have to do Charlotte. You know, we have this in a PSA 10. We also have it raw. Big old boy. We got a Primal Groudon EX Full Art Shiny. There's that Moltres we were talking about. This is kind of a random Dragonite thing. And then we start getting into some like random singles. We went to a card store while we were in Raleigh, and I cooked up a deal with one of the employees there. So all these cards probably came from like the Raleigh area for the most part. Between the 3 collections I bought out and the store that I visited that just gave me an absolute hookup. Oh, we're losing stuff. But yeah, like they let me cook. I think I walked away with like $3,500 worth of stuff from them. And the employee was super, super nice. He cooked me up a deal. There's another base set Zard. I knew we were going to find another base set Zard. Cooked us up a good deal. So we definitely bought it all. You know how it is. We've been buying a lot of stuff like crazy, getting ready for COLLECTACON. We've been buying a lot of stuff too for local events. These alt arts, by the way. Alt arts are going nuts. We're going to make an alt art video in a second here too. Because alt arts are going nuts right now and I want to talk about it. But we are going to be, outside of just setting up a COLLECTACON, me and my friend AJ, Grim Horizon TV, on YouTube. Go check him out. I think he's already posted this recap video. But me and him are going to start throwing trade events for collectors, by collectors kind of thing. You know, like they're going to be like in big public venues. Like this last one we just did was at a bar. I think the next one we're going to try to do is at like a church parking lot or something. We need no rain for that one, obviously. But we just want to do like some fun, like big space events where we're like kind of throwing mini cards shows here where vendors don't have to pay anything to set up. Just bring your table, set up. If it's cool, it's cool. We get out the word of mouth. AJ's pretty big on Instagram, so like thankfully we kind of have like a little bit of a following going there. And you know, I'm pretty well tapped into our local community. I know most of the people in the Pokemon community. I have most of them in a couple different Discord chats, a couple different group chats. I have pretty much everybody's phone number around here. So it's always nice when we can like kind of do that and put some outreach. We had a blast at the trade event that we just threw at a bar. We threw it at Orion Cyrus's bar. He's also a YouTuber, so go check him out. And a local buddy of mine, he owns a bar, and we threw a trade event there. It was a lot of fun. It was like a monsoon the day of, so like the rain definitely put a big damper on things for us and definitely made it a little bit smaller of a turnout than we had hoped, but it was still like a great turnout. Like I'm not hating on it at all. It was a great event. And after we did that the first time, like me and AJ we wanted to do it again. We had a lot of fun doing it, just sitting there drinking beers with everybody, having a good time. Like nobody has to worry about business. It's just, I mean, you can do business, but you don't have to worry about like, oh, am I going to make up my table cost? Like, oh, is this going to be worth it for me to come out here? It's more or less just hey, if you're free, you got nothing better going on, come out, have a beer. We'll provide some drinks. We'll provide some food. We'll have a good time. We'll talk Pokemon. Like at the end of the day, we're just going to spend an afternoon hanging out talking Pokemon. If we do some business, we do some business. If we make some trades, even better. We find some cool stuff, awesome. I found a German Gold Star Registeel and a Crystal Nidoking. Random person showed up to our event with those things, and they're super, super awesome. I mean, she was a super nice person to meet, too, because it was a new person that I had never met in the hobby, and I just love meeting people. So we had like a lot of fun with that, and like I think this is something me and AJ are planning to do a little bit more. Sorry, guys, I just realized I stopped panning over. A lot of these hollows are super, super nice, too. The older hollows that I picked up, a lot of them weren't in the best condition, but the hollows themselves, for the most part, were super minty. We got the completed version of the Dialga Palkia Legend card, so that's pretty cool. I love getting Legend cards. We got the Pokemon Center Snorlax, some more Alt Arts, love Alt Arts, some more Gengars, love Gengars. But yeah, so guys, if you are planning to go to any of the remaining Collectacons after Orlando, be sure to hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. Maybe we can link up. Be sure to come check out my table. I will be PokePeeps Toto Deals. My friend got me a pretty sick Totodile shirt, and I'm going to totally rebrand myself a little bit and make a play off that because I love Totodile, as most of you guys know. But definitely come find me. Come check me out. Come say hey. If you guys need to sell a collection or whatever, I will be there buying for sure. If you guys need to get some good deals on some good cards, I will have a plethora of things. I will have cards from $5,000 to $3. Like, I will have everything. I'll probably have a dollar binder too. Haven't made it yet, but I'm sure that I'll have a dollar binder. Gonna have some like fun little like pins and stuff. Like, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited for the experience. So I only got one table for Kansas City because I kind of wanted to game plan and see how much space I have, how many tables I'll actually need, how I want to set up. And then for Dallas, it's going to be the same thing. And then I think after Dallas, I think for Charlotte, I'm going to try to do 2 tables. If not 3, I might even go for 3. Like, we'll find out how it goes June 19th in Kansas City. We will see exactly how my event goes, or how the convention goes, and how my setup looks. But I think that I'm going to be okay. Normally, I rock a 4-foot table at all of the events that we do. So I'm thinking that like with an 8-foot table, I should be totally fine. As Sabrina flicks us all off. I love the band cards. They're so cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens for sure. You never know what's going to happen. Got this beautiful CD Snorlax. It's definitely going to be a learning experience, but I am very, very excited for the learning experience and for the opportunity to do it. Um, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun when I set up last year with Ketchum Collectibles. Super, super great store here locally in North Carolina. I know that they are probably going to be setting up at Charlotte, which is going to be super, super hype. I might talk to Joe about setting up with him or maybe trying to set up like near him. I don't know. I think that Joe is the owner of Ketchum Collectibles. I think he's going to want to do a full 5 tables again. Last year he did a full 5 tables, which is the best bang for your buck, best way to get the full setup. But if he does that, then like I definitely don't think I could set up with him because I'm definitely going to want to do my own space this year. But I'm going to talk to him. If he's only doing like 3 tables, I might take the other 2 off him, or I might talk to like the convention people and see if maybe we can buy out like a 10 table full circle space. Like that would be pretty cool if like me and a couple of the other local buddies I was planning to set up with are there with Joe, and like we just have our own whole ass section, like speaker bumping in the middle or something like that. Like we could have a lot of fun with this. So I'm gonna talk to Joe. I'm gonna get his opinions, see how he feels about it, because I had a lot of fun doing it with them, and like, you know, we're just good friends, you know, like I like them a lot. They're good people. But we'll see what happens. You know, however it works out is however it works out. I just think that it would be a lot of fun if we could get like the whole crew there. Got a first ed Dark Dragonite. Again, nice hollow. The back on this one's a little beat, but otherwise fine. Gengar. I want to talk about this Gengar. That's kind of why I paused on scrolling through some cards. I saw the Gengar, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it. So this is a German Gengar, which is why it has the Cosmo Hollow. Gengar looks so good with the sick Cosmo Hollow. I really, really wish that like all Gengars were like that, because you can get like a nice little swirl going on these Gengars, and this hollow pattern just pops way more than the Galaxy Hollow. So Fossil is actually the first set that started doing the Cosmo Hollows. It was the Galaxy Hollow pattern in Fossil, and very, very, very rare. You can actually find some Cosmo Hollow actual English Fossil cards. And when I first saw this, I thought that I might have like just struck gold, because like Gengar in German is still Gengar, but then I saw the KP and I was like, it's German. But it's still super cool, and it's still, you know, a great card. Looks awesome. I love that they changed the hollow pattern to this Cosmo design. By far, best hollow pattern Pokemon's ever done. We got a Vending series Mew. We got some more cool stuff. Detective Pikachu in Japanese, reverse hollow exclusive. Pretty cool. Beautiful Mew from, what is this? Stormfront? I think. Pretty sure. Some more Japanese cards. Lots of cool stuff was in these lots that we picked up. Tons of like different cards. Like you don't see this Terrakion every day. It's not the most expensive card. It's not the coolest card, but it's something you don't see every day. And it is like a cool card, because Terrakion doesn't really get any love in the TCG. So if you're like a big like Swords of Justice fan, like you're gonna want that. We got the banned Gengar with Graveyard on the back, some level X's. We got some older hollows, a Suicune, some more modern stuff. The lots that we picked up were like literally all over the place. We got like this LP Plus beautiful first edition Scizor. We got a nice minty Raikou. Gengar EX from Phantom Forces, always a good pickup. And then, you know, we got some other stuff too, like these little old school promos that aren't very expensive, but are still super cool. You know, just cards you don't see. Perfect. We got to these. I'm just going to drop that because I want to talk about these too. Got a lot of stuff that just made me want to talk today. So, first and foremost, we got some more Shadowless cards. So, as you guys know, most of you guys probably know, Pokemon Base Set English had first edition, which all the cards were Shadowless. Then it had one print run of Unlimited, so without the first edition stamp, but where the card was still Shadowless. And then it has Unlimited Base, right? So the difference you can kind of see here, Shadowless, this green coloring, it's just nice. There's no like shadow anywhere. It's like a foresty green kind of thing. Shadow, right there, you can really tell on the border. There's that darker green layer. So you kind of can see that, right? So that's kind of what the difference is. We picked up a lot of Shadowless cards in a lot. Always cool to see those. Always make sure you're checking your bulk and other vendors when you're buying collections. You know, maybe you don't know about this. Maybe you're just like sitting here in the Pokemon game, getting into it, and you don't know as much about older stuff. Another cool thing outside of Shadowless with the first edition base set is something called a fourth print. So Pokemon card base set was printed in 1999. And here's like a normal card. Down here, you'll look at it, and if I can get it to focus, you see 1999 Wizards right there. All of the Unlimited cards will say that except for the fourth print run of Unlimited cards. It was a UK exclusive. Sometimes it's called the UK run. Most people just call it a fourth print. And these cards actually hold like a decent bit of value. They're a lot more sought after than just like, you know, random common uncommons from base set Unlimited, because they're a lot harder to get. And people that are putting together these master sets, yes, it's very, very niche, but people do like them. People do pay a premium for them. So the fourth print, you can tell you have a fourth print card if it says 1999 to 2000 Wizards right down there. So in the lot that we picked up, there was a lot of fourth prints. Now be careful to make sure it's an actual fourth print and not a base set 2 card. Base set 2 is going to be 2000 and it'll have a 2 there. But the fourth print cards are actually like pretty desirable. Like this is just a regular common Squirtle. You know, it's like normally a $1.50, $2 card, but as a fourth print, it's a $15 card. And you can tell by the 1999 to 2000 down there with the Wizards. And we also got a Charmeleon. These were some of the better fourth prints that we had picked up. But there's a whole ton of fourth prints. I'm probably just going to throw them up in an eBay lot for fourth prints. A fourth print collector that's just looking to get a whole bunch of them. I'm probably just going to throw it up that way. Just because I have too much. I truthfully just have too much going on right now. Too many cards to set up to be having the niche stuff like that. But they are really, really cool, and I did want to talk about them because you don't really see them every day. Not a lot of people. I mean, honestly, I would argue a lot of people probably don't even know what a fourth print is or that it even ever existed. But I think that they're pretty cool. Definitely something different. Definitely something you do not see every day. We're going to put these over here, actually. This is the stuff that I was working on before we started recording. Pop it up. Okay, there we go. We're not even like remotely done though, guys, because we have another like 3 or 4 ETBs to go through with you guys. So again, we're just gonna kind of casually. I think we got 3.5 ETBs. It looks like no 2.5 ETBs. 2.5 ETBs is what it looks like we got left. So we're just gonna kind of like start combing through all this stuff. Probably best to just put it over here. So we got like a ton of stuff. You know, nothing super crazy. We got a lot of these Gengar EXs. One of the collections we bought, like I said, there was a lot of Korean bulk, and there was also just like a lot of Japanese hits. Definitely a Japanese collector. Nice dude. He makes music on the side. He's definitely like a Japanese collector. I think he said he's a DJ, which is pretty cool. Everybody doing their thing. But so he had a ton of just Japanese hit cards that were kind of just like in the binder. I like these, just a bunch of Espeons and Umbreons that got pulled out. It's always cool to see these. Like, they're not the most valuable cards, but people do need them to complete sets. People do want them still. They're still pretty cool cards. So I always like, I don't mind picking these up. You know, I'll do something with them. And even if I don't, whatever, I mean, like, they're still just cool cards. I'll build some sets with them. I don't open a ton of Japanese stuff, so it's always nice to get the Japanese stuff. Like, these art rares are super cool cards. So maybe I'll put together, like, a Japanese art rare set or something. But definitely some cool stuff. Definitely, like, worth grabbing at the price. You know, I'll always take it. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that do master sets. A lot of people I actually know in my local area do master sets for Japanese cards. So like these could even just help out my locals. Like if some of my local friends are missing a card or two here or there, I could definitely just hook them up. I love Relicanth. This is like a beautiful card. It's probably my favorite art rare that's came out in Scarlet and Violet. Relicanth doesn't get enough love, just like Totodile. Pokemon, if you see this by any means, please Totodile. I'm begging for a Totodile card. But yeah, so just like a bunch of like bulkier stuff. And you know, as a vendor, this is not the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. But when it's in a collection, I'll always pick it up. I'll always buy it, you know, especially if I'm taking the time to meet up with you and I'm also taking your time to meet up with me. If you want to sell your whole collection, I'm going to take it all. Not gonna value it very highly, but I will still take it. It's definitely more niche, and like if you're newer, I've had a lot of people, I've realized, asking me about getting into vending. Like local people, I would say like every other week somebody else asks me about vending, asks me how to get into it, asks me how I started off. And you know, truthfully, this kind of stuff isn't the best stuff, but I actually always tell people when they're starting off and trying to get into vending, the best thing they can do is find like little cards like this Aerodactyl. I value this 25 cents, right? Like any kind of like bulky hit card, I pay 25 cents for. I always tell people, if you need to get started, if you don't have a lot of capital and you can't buy good stuff right away, maybe you have 10 bucks or whatever. There's not much you can do with 10 bucks. But if you can go out there and buy 40 cards like this, put them on eBay lots for 1 penny a pop, put it with $1.50 shipping, and ship it with the eBay tracked $20 or less cards. I charge $1.50 for shipping. I've noticed that most people don't mind doing that. You can bulk buy bubble mailers, you can bulk buy everything else that you're going to need to ship these cards. And at the end of the day, when I sell a card for 1 penny, I end up making 33 cents on the card. And it's not a lot of money, don't get me wrong, right? It's not a lot of money. But if I paid a quarter, I'm up 8 cents a card. If I'm up 8 cents a card on 40 cards, that assumes that they all go for 1 penny, but I've still just made myself some money, right? The goal here is to make yourself as much as you can, maximize on what you can do. It's kind of how I got started with vending. I actually got started by just doing penny lots on eBay and realizing that like I could buy stuff for a quarter and profit pretty decently on it, because most of the time it doesn't go for a penny, right? Like most of the time it goes for a good bit more. Like this Dark Raticate, for example, I'll probably throw this up as a penny start. It'll probably sell for like 7 or 8 bucks. I paid a quarter for it. I'm gonna make pretty good margins on that, and I'm not gonna sit on it long. Like, right? That's the reason that I tell people, like, hey, if you're just getting started, the best way to create a revenue stream is through eBay auctions, because you know you're gonna be getting paid out literally within a week. The only thing to do is just make sure you're not getting yourself in too deep on it. So whenever people give me cards like these on their collection, I'll never turn them down. I'll always say, look, I buy bulk cards like this at a quarter a pop. I mean, not these were just kind of tossed in there. But like bulk cards like this, I buy them at a quarter a pop if you want it. If you don't, I totally understand. And then I just throw them up on eBay. Yeah, it's a little bit of work. Might not even be worth the work to do. But at the end of the day, I'd still be doing Pokemon related stuff, so I don't really consider making eBay listings work, because I actually enjoy doing it. And at the end of the day, it's just an easy way to make sure that the revenue stream is continuously going. So that's kind of like what I tell people who are, I've noticed some like more and more people that are like a little bit broker trying to bust in as vendors, and there's nothing wrong with that. I respect everybody trying to do a little bit of a side hustle. I found that the best way to do that for me, when I was starting out, I did eBay auctions, got myself a nice little revenue pool, and then once I had that revenue pool built up, that's when I started buying bigger, cooler stuff at like 65, 70%. Because if you can't buy at, like, nobody wants to sell you one card at 70%, right? Like, if you're going to try to buy at that rate, you have to be buying collections. And if you don't have the revenue to do it, you kind of just don't have the revenue to do it. I always, respect that people want to get into it. I think it's good for the hobby. I think more people being here to cash more people out, more people like pumping the cards and having fun vending and stuff is always good. Like I have no problem with it. I know some people don't like competition. I love competition. But yeah. So that's just like some random thing, as we scroll through the cards, my random thoughts, random takes, random thoughts. Looks like we're starting to lag a little bit. It's raining right now outside, so I think that's probably messing with my internet a little bit. But we're going to keep running, trying to let it catch up a little bit. These are all just V cards, though, so I'm sure you guys don't care as much. Little Lunatune action, And literally all of these cards, I bought them at a quarter a pop, so, Nothing crazy there. That's the advice that I have for people, though. All right, this is kind of bothering me. We're going to take these off and see if it can catch up for a second. It's gonna leave Pig Knight there. There we go. Looks like it did catch up a little bit. Okay, there we go. We just needed to move. We just needed to move a little bit. It's all good because these are all like the bulkier cards. These are, I mean, like these are bulky hits, but they're still cool, right? Like we're still gonna be fine on these. Like I'm gonna sell every last one of these on eBay, or I'll sell them to another person in my community that wants to get into vending, and I'll give them that exact same advice, and I'll sell them to them for $0.25 a pop for the most part. Maybe I'll do like 30 cents a pop, so I'm making a little bit, make it worth my time. But like at the end of the day, these are all fourth prints, by the way, all those random like cards I just showed you. And these are all like just some regular rares, which are cool. Some first editions. I love getting like vintage rares, vintage first editions. They're always cool. They're great for set building. A lot of people like set building, and I just love the old artworks, so I'm always down to buy those too. Oh, this War Turtle, this isn't supposed to be here. This is from my buddy William. I buy him every single War Turtle card I find that I know he doesn't have. I know he doesn't have this one. So Will, that's for you. I don't know if you watch my videos, but that's for you. I got it right there. That's not supposed to be in my vending pile. That's supposed to be in my William pile. I do have a whole William pile, by the way. It's pretty big. It's a lot of cool War Turtle cards. Or like Squirtle and Blastoise and stuff like that. You know, stuff I know he likes. It's neither really here nor there. But I do like look out for my friends. Good to know, you know? Alright, what else we got? I'm just gonna keep flipping through. So yeah, guys, I mean, like, let me know in the comments below too. Let me get your takes on it. Anybody out there that's a vendor, or anybody out there that's thinking of becoming a vendor, what's your mindset on stuff like this? Do you even waste time grabbing it? Do you tell people who show up with collections like this, hey, sorry, I don't want it? Like, part of me, when I meet up and see collections like this, I don't really want to buy it. But I also know, like I said, I took my time to go out there, and I also took their time to meet up. Like, I see 2 or 3 pictures on the Facebook post, and like it's good stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good lot. And then like those 2 or 3 pictures are like really the only good things, and then it's just like a bunch of junk like this. But like I still kind of feel a little bit, I don't want to say like obligated, but I definitely like pity buy sometimes. Like I want to say, like, honestly, I do think this probably was more of a pity buy for me than anything else, because it's just like a lot of hard to move, like junkier bulker cards. Like all these first editions, I'll definitely make money on all these. I'll definitely sell all of these. It's just gonna be like a lot of work to do it. So if you're a vendor and you're doing it, would you even waste time buying these, or would you just say, nah, screw it, sorry dude, I don't want to buy it? Like what's your mindset as a vendor or as a potential vendor? Do you think buying these kind of cards is worth it to just throw up on eBay auctions and cash yourself out? Like that's definitely what I'm going to do with 100% of these cards. I'm going to just throw them up on eBay auctions, and whatever they go for, they go for. They're cool cards. They're not like the kind of cards that you necessarily sell at COLLECTACON. I mean, I guess you probably would, but it's not what I want to bring with my limited table space. Like, you got to think about that kind of perspective. You're limited to what you can bring, right? You can have X amount of binders if you only have one table, sort of thing. Team Rocket's Pokeball's a cool card. Let me know in the comments below, like, do you guys think that it's worth the time to mess with stuff like this? Or do you think it's just better off to say, hey dude, like, appreciate you linking up with me. I don't necessarily want to take all of this kind of stuff. Like, would you still try to buy the first 3 pages? Would you try to just pass on the whole deal? If they said they only wanted to sell it as a collection, if you got like 3 or 4 dope pages worth, but had to buy this stuff with it, would you buy it? You know, I buy everything because like I don't really care. Like I said, I have free time, so I can definitely do all this, and I've got enough money that I can definitely just sit on it anyway, so it doesn't matter so much to me. But I'm kind of curious, just like from other people's perspective, is it even worth it to take this on? Or would you guys just, like, knowing that you will make money, would you waste the time to take this on? Or would you just say like, nah, I'm not really trying to buy this? Or would you just buy it and then just like throw it up in lots and like, or just throw it in binders, and when it sells kind of thing, and not invest any time into it? Like, what's everybody's strategy? We're here for a while. I want to know what some strategies are. Okay. All right, we got this half ETB, and then we got the one more ETB left. And the last ETB we have is actually like some pretty dope stuff that I bought this weekend. So that'll be like a lot cooler to look at. These are more of like the actual hit cards, like older EXs, Vs, some secret rare flying Pikachus, just like some VMAXs, older hollows, super cool stuff. I love seeing like the older mid-era hollows. Those are cards that you don't really see very often, but I like them a lot. We got some hollow energies, some hollow Raichus, some more modern, some celebrations junk. This probably belongs to that other ETB, but it's fine. I'm gonna deal with all this and sort all this later. There's just so many just so many cards. The amount of cards that we bought is absolutely crazy. Swampert EX, some old Articuno reverses, Machamp coming down. Like there's a lot of the alphas, the omegas. These are pretty cool. I like these cards. You don't really see like those every day either. I like those cards though. They're pretty cool. Agrons, a lot of mega EXs, a lot of XY era stuff was in here. Some more EXs. We got some break cards. There's tons of break cards. Lots of XY era stuff was in this collection that we bought. And some modern stuff too. You know, Iron Leaves EX. Some modern packs, little baby shinies. Some older stuff, older reverse hollows. Good mix of everything. I like getting a good mix of everything. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for COLLECTACON. Kansas City is going to be dope. So I'm going to be in the Kansas City area for like a week and a half, I think. I'm pretty sure we're leaving Wednesday. That way we can get there. We're driving. We're going to leave Wednesday night, get there Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and just kind of like check out the city a little bit. I think Friday we're going to set up our COLLECTACON booth, and then I think we're going to go to a baseball game maybe. Might be trying to, or we might do something else around the city, like just go out and enjoy Kansas City. And then got an older one here, Stoutland. We're gonna go to COLLECTACON Friday and Saturday. Sunday, I think we are driving to St. Louis. Actually, we're gonna start heading home a little bit. Some more of those German cards. Heading to St. Louis because I know we are gonna catch a Cardinals game. We're gonna go to a Cardinals Braves game. I believe that's gonna be Monday night, and then we're gonna stay there Monday night, drive back Tuesday, and be home for Wednesday. So it'll be like a week long, week on the dot actually. Gonna be a week-long experience. Should be a fun time. I'm pretty excited to see what we can buy. Hopefully we can buy a vintage booster box. I think the game plan is for me to go source us a vintage booster box for one of the local card stores here, Rally Squirrel. That's who I am going to Kansas City with. Dallas, I'm going alone. And then I think Jersey, Virginia, and Atlanta, I'm going to be with Rally again. Charlotte is like going to be an up in the air thing. I think all of us want to do it. There's like so many people I know that want to do Charlotte. So we're going to kind of just like figure that out as we figure that out. And I'm not sure if the Rally guys are going to come with me to Chicago, or if that's just going to be me, but I'm going to make that work too. So, but anyways, we're going to go, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited. I can't wait. And like I was saying, booster box, I'm scatterbrained. There's so many cards. I get so confused when I'm just making these videos. I just kind of like start rambling about stuff. Booster box at COLLECTACON. The game plan, Rally Squirrel has talked to me about it, and they want to do a box break because they think that it would just be super fun to do a box break as we get into this last ETB that we've got. They think it would be super fun to do a box break, and I do not disagree with them. It would be a super fun time doing a box break. So we are going to try to find, I think Team Rocket First Edition is what we're going to try to find. If we can source one for a good price, we're going to do a local box break with First Edition Team Rocket, which will be a lot of fun. It'll be like pretty much for the locals only. Maybe some people could reach out to us on Instagram or on my YouTube or wherever. Like, I don't know how Dev wants to do, the shop owner. I don't know how he wants to do it just yet. But I think we're going to try to keep it local. We're going to try to do it on a day that the store is closed. We're going to get everybody who like bought a pack. They're going to be able to come in there and you know, we're just gonna do a big box break style thing. It should be a lot of fun. We're kind of excited. It's just something cool that we haven't really done a lot of here, and it would be a cool thing to let like our community get the opportunity to open a pack that they know isn't weighed, that they know has a chance to be hollow, that they know is like a cool pack that will still retain some value even if they don't get a hollow. Like the regular first edition Dark Charizard in a PSA 10, like like just the regular rare, in a PSA 10 they still go for like 300 bucks. So you know, it's one of those things where you can still get value even if you don't get the hollow. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Is we have some Generations packs. Getting sidetracked again. I get sidetracked a lot. You guys already knew that though. We got a super minty Sabrina's Gengar first edition. This hollow pops like crazy, and it is super minty. I loved picking this one up. This was one of my favorite parts of the collection grab. And we also got a super minty Sabrina's Gengar that is just non-holographic, or a non-first edition. It is holographic. It's not first edition. So like these two, super, super cool. Picked up a Charmeleon. We picked up some like played Haunters. Not bad, not too shabby. We got a Sabrina's Alakazam with a dope swirl. It's been a little bit played, but it's still not bad. We got a Gardevoir, Pikachu. Like these are where some really cool cards come into play. You guys might have seen this video and been like, Pete, where is all this value? You said you spent like thousands of dollars. Like, where is it? It's right here. It's definitely right here. We got a Giratina, Leafeon VMAX, Umbreon V. All these alt arts are going crazy. We're going to make a whole separate video just talking about these alt arts. And I mean, like, you guys have seen, honestly, we might not even do that. We might just talk about it here while we're doing it. Alt arts are going crazy right now. We're just going to do it here while we're doing it because Danny Phantom has made a bunch of videos, and if you guys want market analysis, you can go watch him. He's awesome. He's better at it than me. I'm like the lazy poor man's thing. But alt arts are going crazy right now. I kind of have a theory on this. You can kind of like look back at some price data over the past few years. Every single like COLLECTACON season around this time, alt arts, or like whatever the main card is, right? So like right now it's SWSH Alt Arts. They start going up, they start getting pumped a little bit. And it's not like, I don't think it's market manipulation so much as vendors are trying to buy inventory and they're trying to buy what people are buying. So, you know, the alt arts started to go up a little bit in March. We saw that like start to trend up. People were starting to finish off their sets, and then vendors started buying out a bunch of cards because they're like, all right, this is what's selling. This is the inventory that I'm going to want for COLLECTACON season. And the prices just like steadily go up and up and up and up and up, and they skyrocket pretty much until June. June to August, they pretty much flatline, and then in September we start to see the dip down a little bit again. That happened last year with Sun and Moon alt arts, and I mean, like, I'm not saying that they'll dip down and not come back, because they're gonna come back. Like the Latios card was up at like $800-900 raw, dropped to like $750. It's back to like $800 raw right now. So like they'll come back, but we see them dip a little bit in September. And it's kind of like a rinse repeat. So it was like the Sun and Moon alt arts was last year. The year before that, we saw Crystals and Gold Stars have this effect. The year before that, we saw the WotC first editions have that effect. This year, it's the Sword and Shield era alt arts. And they're kind of just going crazy right now. So if you guys have Sword and Shield era alt arts, definitely a good time for you guys to start selling those. They're going crazy. I'm not gonna like advise you to buy them right now while they're going crazy, because I do think that they will dip in September. So if you don't FOMO out, you can probably get these a little bit cheaper if you're willing to wait. Again, I'm not an expert, make your own decisions, but right now they are going crazy, and it's a good time. It's a good time to sell these, and if you're a vendor, it's a good time to start scooping these up. Even if you're paying like 80-85%, they're still on the rise. So that 80% today could be, you know, 75% tomorrow. And I'm speaking from experience here. I actually bought some at 90%, and literally less than a week later, that 90% became 79% because of how much of an increase there was in price. So right now is just a great time to sell these. If you're a vendor, it's a great time to buy these going into convention season. You know, that's really all I wanted to say about the alt arts. Super cool cards, super dope. We got a whole bunch of them. We had more. We actually sold a bunch at our event that we did. So I think that's everything. I think that's all that we picked up. Pretty sure I don't have anything else. Just double check. I don't think we have anything else. I think we showed you guys the collection. That is, yep, that's it. I mean, we had some other stuff too. Like, there was a whole bunch of bulk, like mid-era bulk and WotC bulk and stuff like that, that we're just gonna toss in eBay lots and stuff and just get rid of, or give to kids or whatever. But yeah, guys, I know that was a long one. I know there was a lot there. We recapped a whole bunch, talked about a little bit of stuff. Let me know in the comments below how you think we did on this deal. I think we spent just over $10,000 on all of that stuff. So we got some pretty good stuff in there. For $10,000, I think we did pretty good. Let me know in the comments below how you think we did, what your favorite cards are, and if you guys are hyped up for convention season, if you guys are going to be at any of the Collectacons, let me know, and let's try to make up some meetup plans, because I would love to meet up with the community. But alright guys, until the next time we until the next time we check in, I'll catch you later, and I hope you guys all enjoy your collection journey. I can't speak right now, we're going to stop.